I saw a lot of other people doing this test, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I've never done one of these in my life. I don't think I need a website to tell me who I am, but I thought it might be fun anyway. And I think it'll be interesting to see what the results are. I'm not going to waste too much time. I just want to say follow me on Twitter for political opinions as well as daily Bible quotes. Let's get into this. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to eat my sandwich while I'm doing this. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. Strongly disagree. I did look over this question, I'll admit that. I mean, I don't agree that it's inevitable, and even if it is, like, who's deciding if it serves humanity? I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Strongly agree. Now, I'll add a caveat, like, obviously if it's a genocide or something, I'd be against it. So maybe I'll go... I still want to say strongly agree. I think you should support your country. You know, support the troops and stuff. No one chooses his or her country at birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Strongly disagree. I mean, I know I'm proud to be an American. Part of that has to do with, I just think that our country has worked out better for us than other countries have. So yeah, I'm proud of it, but I don't think it's it's not foolish to be proud of it. I totally don't agree with that. Our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. Disagree. I don't even know what... Obviously, I don't support racism. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, I mean, if you're being strategic, I think in a wartime setting, it is imperative. I'm gonna go soft agree. Soft agree. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Strongly agree. Like, what if international law says a genocide is fine? And I think the U.S., I think international law is a joke anyway. There's a worrying amount of confusion. Excuse me. There's now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Excuse me. I would say, agree, but it's just only soft agree. Alright, so now we're on to economy. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality. Strongly agree. I mean, we're all Americans, and I understand. I don't know, I just think that... Do I think, other countries, like, know what it's like to be an American just because they're poor middle class? No. I think that we relate more as Americans that speak a common language and share common culture. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I think unemployment is one of the biggest things to worry about. So I'm going to disagree. But obviously if the currency isn't worth anything. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. Strongly disagree. Now, I would have agreed 100 years ago with this, but I would say that at this point, like, if a company's polluting, then people are gonna boycott that company. So I don't think we need the government, because, like, now we're aware of stuff. You know, back in the day, we didn't have the capability to, you know, be aware of what was happening in factories. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. Strongly disagree. Now, obviously, this is basically asking if I think communism is a good idea, it just hasn't been implemented correctly. And I don't think communism has ever been implemented correctly because it can't be. The freer the market, the freer the people. Strongly agree. If people have more choice in what they can do economically, then I think everything else falls in line. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled, branded, consumer product. Strongly disagree. Well, The reason for this is because I don't think capitalism is a sad reflection of anything. They were smart. They knew how to, make profits off of the resources of Earth. I mean, is it a sad reflection if oil was bottled up and sold to people for their cars? No. It's just being smart with the natural resources that exist in a particular country, excuse me. Land shouldn't be a commodity that's to be bought and sold. Now, strongly disagree. I mean, this is just straight up asking if I think communism is a good idea. Of course I'm going to disagree with that. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes have been made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Strongly disagree. Okay, so people that are smart, it's regrettable. I think people that are smart they deserve the money that they earn. I don't agree that's just because you know how to allocate money. I don't think that's manipulating. I don't agree with the question or what it's actually trying to say. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. This is a tough one. I would say agree. Because I don't believe in free trade. But, I'm going to go strongly agree. The only social responsibility of a company should be deliver a profit to its shareholders. Strongly agree. I mean, that is what a corporation is about. It's about making money. So, social responsibility, I mean, what does that even mean? A company is about making money, and that's what it should be. They shouldn't be required to give a crap about other people. The rich are too highly taxed. I strongly agree. Do I think somebody deserves to have 70% of their money stolen? So if you make $1 million, you only get to keep $300,000? Of course I don't agree with that. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Strongly agree. And part of this has to do with it's basically asking if I oppose Medicare for all. And I do. I think people with more money should get better care, and that's how. Obviously, I think poor people should be able to get good care as well. But I think they should be able to pay for it. I think if you have more money, you can afford higher class things. You should be able to buy it if you want to. You should have that freedom. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Strongly disagree. I agree with the libertarian mindset that people should be able to make their own decisions. So, I think if people are too stupid to know that a corporation is lying to them, then maybe they deserve to eat rat meat. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predatory multinationals to create monopolies. Disagree. Obviously, if it's a free market, then people should be allowed to create monopolies. People have a choice whether they want to use a train or if they want to buy a certain product or have internet at their house. They have a choice. I'm not against monopolies. I think it can be anti-free market, but I think people should have the freedom if they're smart enough to, create a monopoly. If they can do it. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. I strongly agree. It should be illegal no matter what. Why is the baby's life not worth as much as the mother's? I think they're equal. All authority should be questioned. I'm gonna go agree. Not strong agree though, because I think that there's some sources that you can trust because they've proven themselves, but it's not just because they're authorities, because they've proven it to be true. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Go strongly agree. I think people should get what they inflicted on other people. That's one of the reasons I support the death penalty. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters and museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Strongly agree. I think they should be privatized. And if you can't make money from it, then it should be consolidated into one museum that can actually manage and make a profit. I don't see why making a profit is seen such a bad thing by this test. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Well, my life in school was a living hell, but I think it's important. Agree. Soft agree, though. All people have their rights. But it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Oh, Jesus. Disagree. What a terrible question. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Strongly agree. Sorry. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Okay, just because it's natural doesn't mean it's a good thing. Like, I kept secrets from my parents, but it was only to spare them pain. I didn't tell them every time I got bullied in school so they could make it worse by showing up. So I kept secrets from them. I don't think it was a good thing. This is tough. Because the question is obviously implying that it's good for children to keep secrets. So, I'm going to say disagree, but I don't necessarily disagree with the statement. I just think it's, like, equating, like, basically if it's natural, that means it's good. I don't agree with that. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly disagree. I think if we're going to have something illegal, it should be illegal. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs. Strongly agree. Now, I think, personally, they focus too much on things that don't matter. They focus way too much on math and history that's not... I don't believe a lot of it is accurate to what they say it is. And so I think that if they focus more on young people getting jobs as opposed to... excuse me. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to say strongly agree. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Man, these are some soft questions. Dang. Agree. That's tough. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Strongly agree, and that one's easy. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There's only different cultures. Strongly disagree. I mean, do I think... Oh, Al-Qaeda. Oh, it's just a different culture. No, some cultures are bad. That's a fact. I'm not talking about poor cultures or poor countries. I'm talking about people that think it's okay to kill people, which is a real... That's a real cultural thing. Those that are able to work and refuse opportunities should not expect society's support. Strongly agree. Boom, easy one. When you are troubled, it's better to not think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful thoughts. I don't see what this has to do with politics. I'm going to say agree on a personal basis, but I don't know if there's another implication of that I'm not getting. First-generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. Strongly agree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Strongly agree. The broadcasting institution, however independent it is, content should receive public funding. Strongly disagree. I think all funding to all these programs should be ended immediately. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Strongly disagree. I think liberals cry too much about things like the Patriot Act. It actually keeps us safe. Obviously, I don't agree with the misuse of it, like recording everyone's data, but I'm not against the idea, inherently. Excuse me. Oh. The significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in the democratic system. I would say strongly agree, but it depends on what the one party is. It needs to be a good one, like the Republicans. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. I strongly agree. That's my issue with the whole, oh, they're watching us. Like, what are you doing that's so bad? The death penalty should be an option for only the most serious crimes. Strongly agree. It should be an option, I think, for other crimes as well, but definitely for murder. In civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Strongly agree. Now, I don't necessarily think this is moral, but I just think this is how it is. This is how every society divides itself, even in like a communist society. It's not like everyone was actually equal. So, it's not moral, but that's just how it always is. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly agree, but not, once again, not politics. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Strongly agree. Alright, I mean, what do we put them in there for? It's a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Strongly agree. I mean, what do people think like Ted Bundy would have been rehabilitated? Would you have been comfortable with him being on the street? The business person and manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. I strongly agree, because they actually know how to... Okay, I mean, that's a moral thing to say. I wish there was a neutral one, but... Okay, the problem is, if we're talking about the economy, yeah, you're making more money as a business person or manufacturer. So that's your value to the market. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Strongly agree, just because it's how I was raised, and that's just how I think it is correct. But I also think women should be able to do whatever they want. If they don't want to be a homemaker, then they shouldn't be forced to, Multinational corporations are unethically exploiting the plant genetic research of developing countries. I don't even know what that's talking about, but I would say strongly disagree. Is it exploitation to give developing countries opportunities? No, I don't agree with that. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. I'm gonna go disagree. Maybe agree. I don't agree. I think that's what mature people do. It depends on what establishment you're making peace with. I don't know. I'm gonna go agree, but I don't... That's a tough one. Astrology accurately explains many things. Strongly disagree. What? You cannot be moral without being religious. Strongly agree. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping genuinely disadvantaged. Strongly agree. I talked about this in my video. Why UBI is the cheese in the mousetrap of communism. I would recommend watching that. My solution to this economic, suffering is charity. I think charity, give people more money and they donate more to charity. Some people are naturally unlucky. I can tell you from experience that's true, because I know I am. It's important that my child's school instills religious values. Strongly agree. I think we're on the last one. 6 out of 6. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral. Strongly agree. But, I said usually. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should be not excluded from possibility of child adoption. Strongly disagree. Because even if it's loving, I mean, what I think a child needs... I wouldn't agree with a single parent doing it either. I think it needs to be both parents. Or maybe if it was just one mom, I'd be okay with that. I think they need a maternal influence. I think that's important. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be illegal for adult population. Strongly disagree. I may make a video on that in the future. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Strongly disagree. Okay, so the private bedroom between consenting adults. So what if you're an adult but you have a mental disability? It's like, oh, should that be okay? I know it's saying adults, right? But I think, okay, are we allowing pedophilia? So obviously we regulate it to an extent. I don't agree that, oh, it's just consenting adults. I mean, a consenting adult might agree to do anything. Does that mean everything should be okay? Like if two consenting adults agree to duel, I don't know, I guess I'd be okay with that. But I don't know, there's a reason duels aren't allowed anymore. It basically, sorry about this, folks. Basically, I strongly disagree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Strongly agree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly agree. In the introduction, we explained the inadequacies of the traditional left-right line. Now, I didn't see that. I didn't read it. If we recognize that this is essentially an economic line, it's fine as far as it goes. We can show, for example, Stalin, Mao, Zedong, and Pol Pot, with their commitment to total controlled economy on the hard left. Socialists like Mahatma Gandhi and Robert, I'm not even going to say it, I can't even try, would occupy a less extreme leftist position. Margaret Thatcher would be well over to the right. Further right would be someone like the ultimate free marketeer, General Pinocchio. That deals with the economics, but the social dimension is also important in politics. That's no one the mere left-right scale doesn't adequately address. So we've added a ranging position for extreme authoritarian to extreme libertarian. Both an economic dimension and a social dimension. Ah, crap. I got chips everywhere. Whatever, I don't even care about this. Alright, so here's Hitler, Stalin, Thatcher, Gandhi, Friedman. Blah, blah, blah. Whoa. Whoa, I guess I'm like right with this Thatcher person. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's saying I'm authoritarian. I don't agree with that at all. I would say I'm like centrist on, I think government is necessary sometimes, but most of the time it can just mind its own business. I don't agree with more government at all. So I don't know how this test is getting that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm an authoritarian. That's pretty weird. But I do agree with the right. I'd probably be more to the right. So I don't agree with this, no. But I'll share the results. Anybody that's interested. In fact, let me take the screenshot now. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Sorry it was a bit more casual than my other stuff. I had to make this video, but I was hungry. So I apologize if it was disruptive at all, but I hope you still enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. I upload videos like this all the time. Well, actually not like this. This one's more casual, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like and follow me on Twitter. I'm being harassed by people daily on Twitter. Yeah, so follow me on Twitter, please. I really need support on Twitter. And, I still hope you guys enjoyed this more casual video. Maybe I'll make more casual videos like this without a script. So yeah, thanks for watching.